We're going to start right out with Michael Wartella. Michael plays Bach.
That's right. Yeah,
that's
his name.
On Wicked.
Oh, yeah. Good to be here.
Yeah, 4 months you've been doing it?
Yep, been doing it about 4 months now.
Okay.
It's an incredible show. We're so glad to be here at Proctors.
Yeah.
I am, especially because I grew up in the Berkshires.
That's what he was
here.
telling me, that he had never been to Proctors.
No, believe it or not, I grew up all my life, and a lot of my family and friends had come to see shows out here, and I never got to make it. But
And this is a wonderful
here.
theater, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to tell us that it's the absolute best theater you've ever played in.
I would say it's up there. It's definitely up there,
Okay,
for sure.
You've been with the show 4 months. What's your background?
I actually grew up around here just doing plays. I got into acting at a really young age. My parents were both actors at a group called the Berkshire Public Theater that used to exist a few years ago. And so I just did it as a hobby as a kid, and then I fell in love with it through high school and ended up going to theater school for it in New York. Went to a place called Circle in the Square Theater School, which is actually in the same building that Wicked plays in New York.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then I just started auditioning and, pounding the pavement, and eventually I got some good breaks.
Yeah,
and
and Wicked, is this your favorite part, or is this?
I think it's definitely up there. It's definitely a part I've wanted to play for years and years. I think it's such a wonderful character. There's so many rich elements to him, and it's a very limited amount of material within the show. So that's always a fun challenge as an actor to play with that kind of stuff.
You can do that. And you've played in a number of regional theaters and. In New York City. I mean, this is just really a great opportunity for you to go on a tour like this.
Totally.
The show is playing through, I think, what is it?
I think it's the 25th.
25th, of this. I wrote it, the 25th. I wrote it down
Good,
somewhere.
we were right.
Now, but we do want to talk, one thing about the theater, I mean, they are so dedicated to helping others. One of the things that you are going to be doing is Wicked Unplugged.
There it is. Look at that.
Ta-da!
We're so fortunate. I feel like we as actors know that what we get to do is such a special blessing, and we try to use that ability whenever we can to give back to the community. We're putting together this. I'm actually putting together this concert in my hometown in Mount Everett High School. We're going to do it a week from yesterday, so it'll be November 19th.
Hometown?
Well, the Berkshire region is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the concert will be.
The sun has come home.
That's right. Exactly. But it's basically we're basically doing a concert evening. Contrary to what the name indicates, it is not an unplugged version of Wicked. It is a concert of pop rock tunes and folk rock tunes, sort of classics and modern stuff that the cast will all be singing.
But it's the cast of Wicked.
It's the cast of Wicked, singing the songs.
And they're giving back because this is a fundraiser for
Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS.
And I love it when they do that. At the end of the show, they say, "Everybody, wait a minute. We're going to be going out there and we're going to collect, give as much as you can, and we'll give you a poster, or we'll give you a night with one of the dinners." I don't know.
Right. Yeah. All different items. Yeah. And the organization's been around for over 30 years. They do it. All the Broadway shows in New York do it twice a year. All the touring companies do it twice a year. We collect for the organization, and it's basically a charity group that goes towards men, women, and children living with HIV and AIDS. It also overflows into a lot of local charities, as well as the Phyllis Newman Women's Health Initiative for breast and ovarian cancer. And this year, they're actually giving to the Hurricane Sandy Relief Fund as well.
Yeah, that was really a big blow. They had
Huge
to close
blow, especially
down Broadway.
in New York. Yeah, and our tour for a day as well. So it was a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big thing. How's it feel? How much more do you have to do?
How
many more months are you doing?
Well, I'm here for at least 5 more months. But the show is been selling for years. I think we're sold all the way through 2014, 2016.
You're going to Syracuse next.
Yep,
so if you're
Syracuse
watching
next.
now, you can catch it in Syracuse. Catch it here first,
Yeah,
if you're local. How does it feel? How big is your cast?
It's pretty big. We've got roughly around 30 people in the cast, 30 to 35, I think.
And costumes are amazing.
Oh my God, they're incredible. Incredible costumes. I mean, they won the Tony Award back in 2003 when it opened.
Won 3 awards.
Yeah, costumes is one of them, and it's such a magical production. It's got that amazing feel because you get a really sincere story about humanity and people, but you also get it paired with this incredible spectacle of a show that I don't think you always see the two at the same time.
The other thing I noticed is that you really have worked towards bullying. To stop the bullying.
Yeah.
And how did that connect with the show?
The show has a couple great messages in it that I think it was sort of an obvious connection after a few years to make. The main one is just that our lead character, her skin is green, and so we immediately identify that we don't want to judge people by the color of their skin, and we don't want to judge anyone by a first impression, and it kind of examines that theme It examines the theme of what is right and wrong, what is good and what is wicked. It also examines a lot of like social and political themes in terms of standing up to authority and not always taking what the authority says at face value. And so we have a couple bully outreach programs that we do all over the country and in New York to try to get in touch with kids in high school and middle school and really let them know that it gets better as you get older and that there's as long as you're true to yourself. Exactly. At some point.
Up, right. Yeah. And so if you're lucky enough, you grow up to be a star in the Broadway Tour.
Thank you.
We do want to remind you that on November the 19th, which is a Monday night, at 7 p.m., you can go to the Performing Arts Center.
Thomas A. Consolati Performing Arts Center.
And that is in what town?
That's in Mount Everett High School in Sheffield, Massachusetts.
Sheffield, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's about
Check
40
it
minutes.
out. You might want to take a trip and support this wonderful organization and what they're doing. Michael,
thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to meet you, and I wish you well in your future, and I know you've got a bright future ahead of you.
I appreciate it.
Good.
It's great to see you.
Great. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of, and I think they've been showing the photos and things during the segment, but we're going to take our break. It's going to be showing you a little bit of Wicked. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking with representatives from the League of Women Voters. Stay tuned. I'm Ann Perilla.
Tell them how I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is, or